And we are live. How is everyone this evening? I see Unfinished Project was in here first with his Dart Sport. And then we have our array of American flags. How many did we make it to? What, 7, 8, and about 9 there, it looks like. Mostly Mopar, who is now running first in the No Name 500. He was at 446 subscribers before this. Just 54 to go, and we'll be having another 500 live soon. Indecisive Garage, he says, happy soaking wet Friday all. He's drying on fire in Middle Georgia, smoke everywhere. Wrong English made it. Woo, just barely, just seconds before. This is true. Apparently it's going to be raining there in Pennsylvania where the Englishes are too. Hello, Secretary Colleen. Dean Stevenson, the one-eyed cat. Big Mike of the Hoopty Barn. Hello, sir. Thumper is here, as is Levi. Lumpy says, hello, folks. Heavens Mopar Scott says, yo, homies. Pure Pontiac Garage. I believe you said it was your wife who made you get rid of a couch. You saw my short about the couch. I've got a couch I've had for years and years and years. And one of these years I may donate it to WVU fraternity so they can burn it before a football game. Maybe if WVU comes here and plays again. Dr. Go says, where did the time go? A week passed in the blink of an eye. I wish my car was that fast. Time, you never get any more of it. Once it's spent, it is spent. Whether you used it for good or not. Wendy English says, hello, everyone. Levi said, how close are we to the goal Memorial Day? I still need to register. Well, we're not there. We're not there at all. Our registrations are okay, but they're similar to years past. We got what we got. And we have a great crew. I just, there's a lot of people that will not risk registration. And that's okay. It's their prerogative to do. But we need to turn it up a little bit. We need a higher car count. And I don't want to compromise on the kind of people we have there. We have good community members who are willing to jump in the No Name 500, earn their subs, be a community. I could get the car count doubled overnight if I just took the standards away. You guys know that. But I don't want to do that. Danny Boyd says, the older you get, the faster it goes. I would agree with that. A week seemed like a long time when I was a teenager. Evans Mopar says, they say life's like a roll of toilet paper. The closer you get to the end, the faster it goes. Yeah, I guess. Landon says, howdy, everyone. Hello, Landon. Glad you could make it by. When I think of Landon, I think of Barrows, and I saw this wild-looking dually that it looked like a creation, something Barrows had. It looked kind of like that wild-looking Beetle he did that time, only it was a lifted truck. I saw that on a short today. Dr. Go is here. While we're just starting to trickle in, I'll send out to everybody. Our friend Andy Wood, who hosted, along with Greg Finnegan, the Race Engine Challenge at Greg's Dyno in Charlotte, North Carolina this past weekend. He had a great video on that. It's a long video, but it showed all of the dyno pulls. You got to meet all the competitors. It was great. And he is doing a live debrief of that with the winner tonight on his channel. So check that out. It's going to be right after this live. It'll be on his channel. He's going to have the winner of the 2026 Race Engine Challenge on the dyno. And it was cool, man. It was all small blocks, limit of 410 cubic inches, no raised ports. It was a cool challenge. And they were, I believe what they were doing was averaging horsepower and torque from, I think it was like 3,500 to 7,000. Pretty cool challenge. Big Mike says, if I can figure out how to haul 2 cars, I'll be registering again. Sounds great. I'm guessing Mike will have a Frankensteinish creation and something more normal. Dean Stevenson said some of us are still breaking records. I'll let you guys know. I had someone message me today and says, hey, we're trying to get somebody to come out and get a record for the No Name Nationals, which is not the same person I had message me a little while back and say, hey, how long is the shutdown and what is the top speed record there? So I think there's a real good chance we're going to see a reset of the event record at the No Name Nationals this year. Captain Dew is here. Cop Car Steve, he said he's on his way up to 200 subs today. See you all in 2027. Well, you know you can have 500 by 2026, right? Like there's a lot of people who are going to, who have fewer than 100 who are going to have their 500 in 2026, right? As soon as you get serious, the subs take off. It takes work, but they take off. And then once you seed that channel, it'll start getting suggested more and more people watch it. And you'll get 1,000 without even trying after you get that first 500. So don't base the next 200 on what your last 200 have been like. Colleen puts up the link to Mostly Mopar. Indecisive Garage says, looks like I may be in engine jail for the S10. The builder's telling me hopefully done by August 1st. If the builder is telling you by August 1st, you'll probably have it October 1st. Thumper said most of mine never see more than 6,200. What? Thumper, I'm just telling you what this challenge was. And I don't even know how that works. Maybe if your engine doesn't even pull up that high, it just keeps those horsepower and torque numbers. I don't know. But it was a 410 limit. It was small blocks. It was cool. Big Mike says this year's entries will definitely be a bit tame compared to some of my previous ones. Okay. As long as you're there. Rob's Rods and Street Cars says, howdy, everybody. Hello, Rob. Glad you could make it. Rabbit Transit J is currently boarding a plane headed back to good old Wisconsin. Sounds good. Cop Car Steve says a wedding this summer. Can't make it this year. It happens. Is it your wedding? Whose wedding is it? Because if it's your wedding, we would be glad to be that excuse if you need to get out of it at the 11th hour. Just saying. Well, Thumper, I mean, I'm telling you what, he's going to have another one here soon. You can jump in it. Dr. Go said, I only had 30 at this time in 2024 and hit 500 by September with help from the community and help on how to do it. Yeah, I mean, it's Cop Car Steve's son. Well, congratulations. And we hope that goes off well and lasts a lifetime. Or have the wedding in Sykeston. If you guys wanted to do it, we'd be game for it. Thumper, of course, Thumper jumps in. My advice from weddings for men, don't do it. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. Percentages of marriages that work, it got down to 50 from about 80 plus. And then that number held static for the longest time, I think even to now. And the reason was not because lower divorce, it's because fewer people are getting married. So that's how they solved that problem. They just stopped getting married. But I congratulate anybody that has a marriage and makes it work and keeps their vows and all that good stuff. It's pretty rare anymore. Captain Dew says, once you get married, there's no turning back. I'll BS on that one because I see it all the time. What are you talking about? All kinds of people turn back and leave. Oh, my gosh. Cop Car Steve says, my son's a lot like me. He's a good boy, and I've been married 27 years, and this is my first and only marriage. Outstanding, man. That is great. That is really rare. My Aunt Nancy is usually in here on Fridays. I don't know if we'll see her tonight or not. They've been married this year 65 years, her and her husband. 65 years. Danny Boy says, I'm keeping both halves of my stuff. Who's to say half? I mean, the courts absolutely favor women in this stuff. No question. Jay's been married 26 years. Levi said, engine builders are the machinist's worst and best friend. They both help make the engine clearances work. And tuner is the guy who decides if the engine lives or dies. Well, without engine builders, machinists don't have any work. So let's just start with that. How about that? Except for Judge Judy. Well, no, Judge Judy did pretty well. Although I would say she has more wealth than her husband, although he has wealth too. Neither one of them are hurting, but that's not their first marriage. So she's probably got a prenup and everything else. She's probably protected, I would guess. Engine Light Garage says, hello there, everyone. Well, hello, sir. Glad you could make it. Levi said, I happen to hold 2 of those titles, and I'm barely good at either. Titles are something, aren't they? Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of companies like to pump up the titles for their low-level positions because the people who fill those low-level positions relish the title so much that they stay beyond what's prudent. I mean, it's kind of amazing when you think about it. You'll see it everywhere if you start looking. Big Mike says, if you want to test the strength of your marriage, just call her your current wife while talking to someone on the phone in front of her. Oh, goodness. Yeah, they're all over the spectrum on that one, that's for sure. Left Turn Dodge says, hello, YouTube world. Hello, Left Turn Dodge. He's got his feet up, relaxing. He's got his 500 subs. Now he's just getting the car ready. Mommy Z Garage, hello. Might be Mommy's Garage, but I say it Mommy Z Garage. That's how it reads to me anyway. Thumper says he was pretty good at machining, not bad at putting engines together and deciding what parts it gets. Yeah, good deal. Okay, what is this from Captain D? First it come to marriages, and then your fun get locked up and gone. Then it come with family or divorce. Then your fun can never come back. Okay, no, I haven't seen that episode of that soap opera, but Wrong English says, bless Judge Judy's husband. I cannot handle having to listen to her decompress after she gets home. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Jerry Scheinman, that's his deal. Left Turn Dodge is too busy trying to make a decent daily to work on a race car. I hear that. I know that feeling. Cousin Cletus in the house. Well, hello, Cletus. How you doing, buddy? Getting the car ready is the hard part. I would agree with that. I probably have audio problems because Levi says that my sound is like a robot. Yeah, well, it's not the microphone. It's my internet connection's really bad. Oh, I bet I know why too. I might be able to fix this on the fly. Give me a second. Maybe. Now, the resolution may have gone down, but it may have helped matters. Jethro could not chew through the cable. Jethro was taking a nap. So what I do when it's time for live streams, I'm not using the phone left turn dodge. I'm using my regular setup. I just don't have good enough internet. But it's not dial-up, but it's bad. Well, anyway, no, he takes a nap in the van while I'm live. He's right over there. I took him on a walk today. He took his nap. What I should do on Fridays is make his walk later in the evening so that he'll want to crash out and take a good long nap while I'm live. That's really what I should do. Take him on his walk about 7 o'clock. That'd probably be perfect. He doesn't like to walk as much as I do, so I really, there's a couple ways I can work that. Wendy says, I will never get married again. 32 years, September 30th. Been together for 42, the end of August. Right on. Andrew Nelson says, good evening from Team Nivlac 57. Well, hello, Andrew. Thank you for coming by. We always appreciate it. I've heard noises about somebody wanting to take the event speed record at the No Name Nationals this year. So, just saying. I heard about that today, actually. I think what I did to fix it is I unplugged and replugged my microphone. I think I did. But we'll see. Yes, glad your recovery is going well, Mohawk. I'll give a quick reminder to people in here. Our friend Andy Wood, who was an integral part of the Race Engine Challenge in Charlotte, North Carolina this past weekend, has the winner of the Race Engine Challenge on his channel tonight, immediately following this live. He's going to be live streaming with the winner. So I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but they'll be right after this live stream on the Unity Motorsports Garage channel. So I plan to head over and watch it. It's going to be a good time. Very interesting shootout. There was some controversy, a little bit of drama that you can watch. There's a video on it that he put out about all of the entries, but that we talk about tonight on his channel. Heavens Motors, what is the speed record at the No Name Nationals and by who? It's by the Slingshot Mustang that was there in 2024. It was an entry of Jaron Long's, and it's 140 miles an hour. That's the top speed. The low ET is 519. And that's Mike Foster's white S10, again, who was one of the guys that came out in 2024. Small tire vehicles, both of them, 519. Now, there was a Top Sportsman car that came out in the evening after the event was over around 483. Not part of the event. That is not part of the speed record. Andrew Nelson says, not the No Name Nationals car. We just got off the dyno, 1,008 at the tires with a 6-cylinder. We're celebrating with chocolate shakes. Congratulations. That's stout. 1,008 at the tires with a 6-cylinder. Gosh. Wow. Wow. That is something. Levi says, I know I will not be the new ET record holder because the car's too heavy. It makes enough power to, though. I'm going to try for it, but it'll likely not be able to get it. We shall see. Well, it's going to take, you got to go sub 519, and you're going to have to go lower than anybody else if they go lower than that 519. I just got a feeling we're going to see that record go down this year. I think somebody can do that this year. So it's two different people. We got one guy's got the low ET, one has the top speed. What we kind of need is a reunification, somebody from our community to go quicker than 519 and faster than 140. One pass, done deal, drop the mic. Andrew said Calvin broke my 1,004 record. Those are just numbers are just astronomical to me that I can't even imagine. I can't imagine having half that tires. So that's amazing. Congratulations, guys. That is wild. I agree. That is most impressive. Mopar Den is here. Well, hello, sir. We hope we'll see you in Sykeston. This is the 5th No Name Nationals. It's a milestone. We'd like to see a lot of the OGs come out. Come see us this year. It'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, Mopar Dennis is here. Yeah, about only 75 people have told me the audio is rough. That's all. Okay, all right. Tell me 75 more times, it won't matter. Let me just switch off to the other. I might be able to make it a little better. Hold on. Let's just go. Let's go to that. Is that better? Tell me in the comments. Same. Okay, well, I'll go back. Go back to my better camera. I think it's just my crummy internet connection, truthfully. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna replug this connection. Hold on. I'm not. Well, you should be able to hear me. Can you hear me? You can hear me, but you can't see me. No. I just jump in. There. Should be able to see and hear me. Probably isn't any better at all, but I tried. Yeah, they got much better internet at the shop where I come from this remote. Turbo Tom is here, says it's a rainy night. Says it's better. Well, we'll see how long it stays better. Welcome, Turbo Tom. And now it's perfect and clear and absolutely better, and thumbs up and sound is fixed and better, and it's perfect and 100% better. All right. Glad to see the welding mask is still adorning your office. Looks right. Yeah, of course. This was a gift from I got this at Carlisle when Vince was there and Mopar Den was there and the Pinstripes and that whole crew was there and the Nelsons and the Englishes. And I thought that was so cool of him. So thank you. I just think that's so neat. That's hand pinstriped. So it sits down there peering down on me. But yeah. Yeah, isn't that cool? I like it. Hand painted. I do need to eventually make some changes in here. I want to make some changes in this studio room. Well, I can't do anything about that. Nothing. Yeah, when Chantel went to fiber here, it destroyed everything I had, all my infrastructure. Nothing works. It's awful. It's just been a nightmare. I need to just dump all of it and be done with it. Before the days of internet, my dad worked for the cable company. Put 2 cups inside the shield and see if Jethro notices the next time he's in. He's napping right now. But no, he wouldn't. He wouldn't care. He drank some milk a little bit ago and took a nap. Well, he has it rough, doesn't he? Dizzy Izzy is here. Hello. You would think, I mean, I'm sure it's better, but it's just, they said that this was coming, this upgrade was coming, and to upgrade all of our modems to that 3.2, they told us, and I did, and it's just nothing works. It has been a nightmare. Nothing works. It's awful. Indecisive Garage says, my F-150 gets done in time, I could flirt with the record, but I just don't think it will be done for this year. Wow. So Indecisive Tim says he could flirt with a 519 with that truck. Sounds pretty wild to me. The One-Eyed Cat says, back in the early 70s, my Uncle Jim was the cable company. First brought to town for an investment of $5,000. He did well. Yeah, we had a guy like that was in the system just north of the one Dad worked for. Jim Martinez is how he said it. I guess he didn't want to say Martinez, Martinez. But he was the McDowell County Cable Company. Man, they had spans of cable stuck on trees and everything else. Cope is in the house. Hello. Dizzy's meeting with Professor P tomorrow. Edelbrock heads an intake. Yeah, something's just screwed up. It just doesn't work with what I have. I need to run everything anew. Big Mike says I can probably flirt with 9s in the Hornet. Stovall is here, running the No Name 500, just joining the party, been working right on. He is at 90 subscribers in the No Name 500. Slant Daily Garage, Professor P says, what's up, suckers? Howdy, sir. And One-Eyed Cat says, hello, Shame. Well, so Shame has entered the chat. We know what you meant, but what you said was funnier than what you meant. Madam Secretary Colleen puts up the link to Stovall Farms and Garage. Danny Boyd says we had cable in Clarksburg, West Virginia in the 70s. 0, because it weren't no TV stations nearby. Well, that's on the other end of the state. In McDowell County, it kind of came in the 80s. 1984 is when it came to Bluefield, and my dad got a job there that year. Main Street Mopar said the machine shop that worked on my heads has an engine dyno, but they want $700 for a dyno run. I'm curious what kind of numbers it will put out on the budget's kind of tight. Well, yeah, I probably wouldn't. Just go ahead and get it in the truck. Make that the priority. Because you'll get it in, you'll get it tuned and all that, and then put it on the dyno later. Put it on the dyno when you come up for your next remodel on it, or your first freshen up, or when you want to make changes to it. Because you're going to want to. Just do that. The other thing, too, that you kind of got to bear in mind, a lot of people who build engines and stuff, their dynos they usually run wild correction factors on them because they want to show big numbers to their customers. That's one thing I really like about Finnegan's dyno, where Andy did the race engine challenge, is because he doesn't. It makes what it makes. Dizzy says, I need the heads bad. 0 to floating the valves in 3 seconds. Why is it floating the valves in 3 seconds? Why is that? Dr. Go says, I can get into 6s at No Name Nationals, but I would only be halfway down the track. Danny Boys is $700 for a dyno run. I'll stay in suspense. Slant Daily says, I agree. Build it and run it. Yeah, just do it. Put the thing in the truck and run it, because you can sit and obsess and chase over those numbers and worry about them and then worry about what it makes in the truck. Put the thing in the truck. Get the cam broken in properly, put it in the truck, tune it, run it, get happy with it. And then when you do your first time you have it out of the truck, when you're going to make some changes anyway, that's the time. Put it on the dyno then. And then everybody can guess over what it'll make on the dyno base versus what it ran on the track. Remember, it's kind of a journey with these things. It's not just a destination. That dyno will add paralysis and less likelihood of happening into the entire equation. Smoke Wrench Garage 5420 says, what's up, everybody? Smoke Wrench Sean, you going to make it to Sykeston this year? We'd like to have you out. Twisted Dennis is here. Good evening, everyone. Run, Dennis, run. Left turn dodge is a nice thing about a dyno is you can find issues you otherwise might not find in the truck. Yeah, well, I will say one thing about a truck. A truck's got a giant engine bay. So it's not as bad as putting it in a car. But I mean, man, I'd rather just throw the thing in the truck. Be diligent. Don't have any leaks. You know, be diligent about your stuff so it doesn't leak when you put it in. Drop it in and run it. Dizzy's saying huge new plenum volume, three times more flow. What was your flow before? Big Mike said upcoming teaser video, hopefully within a couple of weeks. I'll be collaborating with a well-known YouTuber in our community on a returning project. Okay, got a good idea there. Levi comes back from the bathroom to say, hey, Mike is fixed. JB's in the middle of some stuff, but listening. Well, thank you, JB. One-Eyed Cat says, that's what I need to do yet. Motor in and broke in. Fingers crossed. Just need a good tune and I'll be thrilled. Yep. Levi's trying to get his taxes figured out. I hear that. Yeah, you're trying to figure out why the IRS says you owe 3,000 in taxes. I'm trying to figure out why that new district map we have in Virginia is how that's considered fair. There's things that our overlords tell us that I cannot rationalize to save my life. So I quit trying to make sense of a lot of it. It doesn't have to. They say you owe it, you probably don't. Dizzy got a refund, $335 back. That never happens. I've never had one in my life. Levi said, this year's going to be tough on me. My side work has to bring in a lot, or I'm going to have to cut some races out. I get it. Old McDonald, this is true, but it has a long way to go. And it was my home county that did that. Well, you're just talking about in Virginia. It's interesting. I mean, I'm not bringing up politics, but if you guys looked at this map, you get a real kick out of it. You just got to see it. We heard about gerrymandering in like a civics class in high school. This is the most gerrymandered thing you have ever seen. It's wild. It's wild to look at. Mostly Mopar says we are making easy monthly payments again. Good deal. Stovall says, I live in Illinois. What's a refund? Never heard of it, right? Yeah, Levi said his schedule was pretty full. Probably not anymore. It's just temporary. It's temporary. Could be like me, where No Name Nationals is about the only thing that ever gets on the schedule. I don't dare touch my phone and risk upsetting that internet connection, but Twisted Mopar says, we've done a few engines on a dyno. It has a few advantages. If you have the cash and if the guy's willing to give you the time to make changes, that's awesome. And willingness to help, awesome. Most give 3 pulls. Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's fine. I'm just saying, if I had any, budget constraints at all, I just wouldn't even do it. Just throw it in there. I won't take this bait, Dizzy, but I'm going to tell you right now, it wasn't okay for any of that. No one should do it. No one should do that. I don't believe in that. I don't think that's okay at all. Mostly Mopar says, speaking of scheduling, the transmission in my dually wants to be replaced as soon as I get the duster ready. Yes. Is it a Dodge? Is it like a 48 RE or something? Which transmission's in your dually, man? I believe gerrymandering was named after a guy named Jerry, somewhere up north in New England. It's the late 1800s or something. Yeah, I mean, just not even talking policies, parties, none of that stuff. This map is wild. I wish I could show it to you guys. They have, you know what flagpole lots are? Like where somebody will take little tiny pieces of road frontage, and then they have this little narrow stripe of the driveway, then the lot is behind it. And what it does is it lets you basically have the minimal amount of road frontage for all of these depth of lots on a parcel of land. Well, this map of Virginia looks just like that. It's got all these little tiny streaks, these little goat path streaks that come out of one county in Virginia and encompass half the state. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen. You'll be able to have a congressman who lives in a D.C. suburb, like right there on the Potomac, for Lynchburg, which is an hour and a half from me. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. It's just wild. It's wild to look at. It's just neat. I don't, it absolutely has no business existing, but it's pretty wild. Matthew Ward says, hello all, 6th Street Garage. Mostly Mopar says it's a 2003 crew cab, 4x4, 5.9 Cummins. Right. So the transmission, unless is either a manual, would it be like one of those Getrag T56s? No, what is that? What's the transmission in that? If it's a manual or a 48RE, which do you have? 9-inch rear. Give me a gear idea for my mild 367/27 manual valve body. Never see the high side of 6,000 28-inch tires. What do you want to do with it? Do you want to race with that, or do you want to street drive it? Do you want to take it on long trips? What do you want to do with that? And what does the car weigh? Andy Wood, Unity Motorsports Garage. So to let you guys know, tonight I'm going to drop a couple more reminders while we're live on here. Andy of Unity Motorsports Garage, he co-hosted with Greg Finnegan the Race Engine Challenge in Charlotte, North Carolina this past weekend. And he's got a good video out on that in his channel. It's 52 minutes, but trust me, it flies. You'll get caught up in it. He shows all of the dyno runs of all the engines, meet the competitors. It's great. He's going to be live with the winner of the Race Engine Challenge tonight, right after this live on his channel. And so I'm going to head over there. I encourage you guys to also, we'll be putting up the link to that periodically, but check that out. It's really neat. The challenge had some killer engines in it of all makes, okay? And there was some drama in it, some controversy, but it's a great challenge. It's worth watching the video, and it will be worth getting this live tonight with Andy and the winner. I'm not giving any spoilers, but check it out. Dizzy enjoyed the video. I did as well. It's good stuff. Blue Grit Garage says, I'm picking up Anna's rebuilt AOD for her 67 Mustang tomorrow. 1,000 includes a shift improver and rebuilt torque converter. Hope we have more than just one gear now. That is correct. So, 4 neutrals in one gear is no good, but hopefully you have better. Well, or 5 in your case. Andy says, Mopar to the front, folks. So he's telling you it's a Mopar. Unsurprising for most of us. But, that doesn't tell the whole story. You got to watch. And here's a link to the upcoming video. So is this the live, Colleen? Yeah, this is the live. This is the live. He's got a 52-minute video of the challenge. This is going to be a live debrief with the winner tonight on his channel. Andy does some great stuff over there. And, I was thinking about just not long ago, talk to Andy every now and then, and I just remember when he and I both had 400 and some sub channels. I remember he had an opportunity to really get his truck put out there on a big stage, and he sent me the preview of the video that he was going to send for this, and I watched that and I'm like, whoa. I said, just buckle your seatbelt and don't forget about us little people when you get there, because I knew it was going to happen, and it did. So that was great, though. So happy for Andy. He deserves it. Twisted Mopar says diesel's a big thing in that 618 RE, 747 RE was. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see Mostly Mopar mention which he has, but yeah, usually the diesel's a 48. Andy says we will always be the OG No Name 500. Yeah, before there was a No Name 500, that's right. The 2019 class would have had me, Andy Wood, Just Mopar Joe, the Bad Tree guys. Lots of people would have been in that 2019 class. That would have been an interesting one. And you know, this No Name 500, this is just an opportunity that people like us would have loved to have had back then. An event just for us if we worked to get our 500 subs. I mean, with this, we're just offering what we would wish we would have had back then. So we just don't penalize people for having done their No Name 500 thing before there was a No Name 500. Yeah, we've got some pretty big channels that have come out of that. And it's been great. Wonderful community, and I really like the system, and the No Name 500 brings out a lot of great people that we're so glad to get to meet. And by having a No Name 500, it makes them put out their content. We see what they're doing, what they're building, and get invested in their journey long before they ever get there. That's just the secret sauce to how this community works. Lars is in the house. Good evening, y'all. Great to see everyone, he says. Good to see you, sir. Glad you're here. Lars walks enough to put Forrest Gump to shame. I did a half a mile today, did a mile yesterday. I'm starting to lean on this knee a little bit. Doing good, fingers crossed. Can't have what happened last year, but so far, so good. Dizzy said the doc put the wife up on the lift and installed a new cow valve into her left ventricular vein. Whoa. Big Mike says, I really like the whole concept of the No Name Nationals. Well, I do too, but I'm biased. We're just glad you're part of it. In her heart. Thank you for clarifying that, Dizzy. Mostly Mopar said, I hope to finish up my homemade headers on my Duster tomorrow. Yeah, he's got some wild looking upside down block huggers that go out through the fender wells on his Duster. If you haven't seen that, go over and check out his channel. Mohawk says, I'm 4 subs away from 1,000. It happens just like that, doesn't it, man? Danny Boyd says, my old knees and hips. My hips have always been great. My knees were okay. My left knee's never been great. It's always had a little bit of something to it. But now the right one sounds like it's got something in it. Doesn't hurt, but it sounds like it's got something in it. And the left, of course, I got this problem with what we think is probably a torn meniscus, but I don't know. But I was watching videos today. I thought it was pretty cool. There was a guy on YouTube who was offering a free tank of gas for people who could deadlift 350, and he had a bar out there with 350 on it. I thought that was pretty neat. And another guy, it was the same guy, but a different video, walking up to people in the gym, says if you can put up 1,000 pound total today, you'd win like $100 or something. I thought that was pretty cool too. I told the fella I used to train with years ago, I said, where was this stuff when I needed it? Because back when gas was, pushing $5 a gallon, back there around, what was it, 2010 or something? I remember I said, and then back then I could have rode that way like it was nothing. I thought that would have been cool. That would have been a lot of fun. Yeah, and back then when the market crashed out like that, I could have used that too. Bigfoot Mark just wanted to say hi. I see you lurking in here. Hey, by the way, if anybody's not subscribed to Mohawk 62, he's 4 subs from 1,000. Let's make sure to go check out his channel and see if he earns your sub. Mohawk is 4 subs from 1,000. So if you like a rowdy big block scamp, go check out what he's doing over there. Dakota is here. Lars puts up the link to Mohawk's channel. Yeah, go check him out. Somebody let me know if he gets his 1,000 today. Oh, I don't have them in here. I was going to say, I don't have one. I don't have a loose one just laying either. Oh, maybe. I'm really bad about setting my lights on those. And if I do, that'll turn a light over in the middle of the live. Oh, I do have them. I have them right here. I have a couple here. I don't have the whole tub, but I have a couple here handy. So tell you what, these are some of the really good cutout 8-inch Scotch Cow vinyl 12-year No Name Nationals exterior decals. Let's if anybody can show me proof that they're the 1,000 sub for Mohawk, if you can record 1,000 sub for Mohawk when you do it, I'll send you these. But you got to record doing the 1,000 sub and the refresh to show you're the 1,000th, like Unfinished Project does. Dougster and all his potatoes are here, as confirmed by Mean Street Mopar. They are great stickers. They weren't cheap either. They're fine, Blue Grit. They're fine. They're fine. I would love to have more commitment earlier in the year because it would let me plan things out a little better. Hot Rod Guy Garage Russell says, hello, everyone. Late tonight on a drag and drive with Frizzell. If you haven't seen it, Hot Rod Guy Garage Russell there found the limits of turbocharging a 306, we think. It was pretty well destroyed. I mean, shrapnel in every cylinder. The biggest piece of a piston he found looked like a giant aluminum chicken nugget, pieces of the cylinder wall and everything. JB, I mean, I've never told you that number ever, and I'm not telling you this year. I'm telling you it's comparable to last year. It's great. Registrations are fine. I would love to scale it up a little bit, but they're fine. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a big old long list I've sent off to Alex, so there's plenty. I would love to get more. The problem with ever giving anybody a number is how people interpret it, which is just nonsense. They have in their idea this number, that number, then they talk about, well, what about this and that, and who is it? And I just find all that completely counterproductive. The best thing to do is just ask somebody if they're registered, and then ask them if they're not, why they're not. Call them out. Just do your thing, and you watch. The numbers will take care of themselves. Russell confirms that engine let go in grand fashion, which it did. Yeah, here you go. Here's the video of it. He turned it into a boat anchor pretty good. Did he say Mohawks at $9.99? If anybody can send me proof that they're the 1,000th, do a screen record on your phone while you hit sub and refresh it. Yeah, one of the things I just got a reminder, we're going to talk more about this when we do the logistics live. As the No Name Nationals grows and more people camp, we got more people camping than ever. It's become something that's part of the event. We're now starting to see more, generators running all night, from the RVs against the tent camping and all of that. So we're going to have to get that a little more ironed out this year. We're finally at that place where that's a necessity. So we'll talk about it, but we'll cover that as a logistics live. Dizzy thinks he's at 916. Mean Street Mopar said he's got one of those stickers on the back of his truck and can confirm the quality is spectacular. Lasted 3 years and looks the same as the day I put it on. These are really good stuff. I mean, they're 12-year Scotch Cal vinyl. They're high quality. So we have these, and then we have the 6-inch vinyl print stickers, and they're good too. They're printed on good vinyl. They're heavy, but they're white outline and they're stickers. These are decals. So these are more like you would put on the body of your race car. You can put them on the glass too, but you can put them on the body if you want. They're really good quality. Dougster says, speaking of engines letting go in grand fashion, he saw a Cummins 400 big block cam kick 3 rods through the block. Oil is important, kids. Yeah, it is. JB says the 6-cylinder class may be bigger this year. I hope so. It was a lot of fun. Rabbit Transit J likes seeing who registered when they drive in the pits. Yeah, I mean, I got to tell you, until somebody drives through the gates, that's why I don't issue car numbers till they roll through the gates. Dougster says the No Name National stickers are extremely good quality. Oh, yes. I got to tell you, it is very important to me that all of our stuff is good quality. If you get a shirt, a hat, a hoodie, a sticker, it's good stuff. I mean, I can tell you the names of the people who make them. The guy named Kevin makes our stickers here in this town. A guy we all know named Tony makes our apparel in Arizona. I mean, it's good stuff. JB's putting dinner in the oven. Well, that sounds good. Yeah, we can fix that coming from the speakers. But rather than talking about, things that annoyed you, talk about things that are good. We want our new people to want to turn up. Oh, so Mohawk's wife's stickers got bogarted by Mohawk. See. Well, yeah, the wiper's going over. That won't help. Way more good than bad. Yes, indeed. Yep. But you know how people are. It's kind of like reviews. People are not nearly as inclined to leave a good review as a bad. And people will tend to find the one thing wrong and not the 100 things right. That's just human nature. Yeah, I got to tell you, though, I mean, on game day, I literally just have hundreds of things to do. And I can't physically possibly make sure I get all of them, but I try my best. I'll tell you one thing, there is never a static moment at the No Name Nationals for me. Never. It is a busy, busy affair. JB said it's always good. Love the event. Me too. Me too. She's the one who gets the mail out of the mailbox every day. Yeah. I need to renovate my mailbox a little bit. It's just way down the list. Dean Stevenson says, pork dinner dishes talk to me. JB's will shop about 4 hours after I eat it. Okay. Man, I wouldn't mind some good barbecue. My favorite barbecue joint, though, is no longer. The owners became kind of detached from the daily operations, and it wound up sinking it. That's a shame. It was a great place. Yeah, Big Mike's got nothing bad to say. Yeah, I tell you, though, it is great. Like everything, it's always got its quirks, just the way it is. The only reason that would have been because I've got it saved in my shipping labels or something. It's the only thing I can think of. It shouldn't have been. It should have been the rest of you. Mohawk is guessing JB's got chicken for dinner. Hey, is Mohawk at 1,000 subs yet? Yeah, we didn't have them. We had custom one. I got a custom one for Colleen. You're talking about the banners like on the shop wall. Those we still have. We have them. In fact, I got them in there. I got a bunch still in stock. So if you want one of those 49 by 44 inch No Name Nationals banners, they're in stock in the store, ready to ship. I like 999 because that's my favorite transmission. The 904, the 999 version of it. Great transmission. 5-clutch high gear drum, beefy sprag. It's a great setup. Big Mike said, how coincidental. My favorite barbecue joint in Smyrna, Tennessee went under as well. I was devastated. Yeah, I guess it happens. But they have good margins on the barbecue, so gives them a little bit of hope. I like good barbecue. We have Mission Barbecue here now, which it's okay. It's expensive, but it's okay. I really liked Due South Barbecue on Roanoke Street while it was running. All right. Dougster says 1,000. Lars says 1,000. Congratulations, Mohawk. So there you go, Mohawk. 1K. We helped you get it a day sooner. How's that? Oh, no. JB's cooking Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. Can you text me a picture, JB? I'll show everybody your culinary skills. Well, they can be used forever if they do have a year on them, old McDonald. He's asking about the No Name Nationals banners. But, yeah, they have the logo on them. They're 44-inch by the 1 foot by 4 foot. You're talking about the 9-inch by 44-inch. Yes, they're in stock. We had to get a new run of them. We sold out. Those things are super popular. They're in the store. So if you order one, it'll go out. I'd probably get it out tomorrow. If not, tomorrow will be Monday. But yeah, they're in stock. I got a bunch of them now. High quality, good stuff, man. Made out of the same vinyl as our big 10-footers. They have eyelets. These have 6 eyelets, so you can secure them really well because a lot of people were running with them, on the back of their trucks and everything else. They're good quality stuff. The ones you see on people's channels in their shops are these. Hey, man, you earn your own stuff. You know how that goes. We're glad to help, but you guys earn it. Yeah, Bigfoot's got his banner. Yeah, those banners are super popular. And the story behind it, for those who don't know, we were looking at this, and I won't tell you who said it, but we were looking at this garage door at JB's. Man, that thing is rough. That door looks like it's got some stories, right? And I'm just looking at that door thinking it needed something. And I thought, I know what it needs. So I just messaged JB. I didn't tell him why. I said, hey, JB, and I sent a picture of his door with some arrows. I said, hey, will you measure this space? And he measured it. never asked why, nothing. And then a few weeks later, what shows up at his house was a banner I mailed him. And it fit perfectly. So if you get one of those banners, the size is JB's garage door size, but it's a very, it's a real nice modular size. It's really convenient. People like them. Mr. Rodder's hoping the 6-cylinder class and Triple Crown grows this year. I predict both will. Yeah, that 6-cylinder class is cool. I'd like to see more 6-cylinders get in on it. Mr. Rodder says he will be at the Buick Nationals again as a spectator, but I'll be there. Bigfoot Mark's excited to watch the Triple Crown. Yeah, me too, as much of it as I can. Dizzy says I'm looking at Dizzy, but I get a message from JB when I said it. So Dizzy says, good evening, Dallas. JB sends a picture of what he's cooking here, so you can see that. So JB, you're making the bread and everything, huh? Yeah, well, we appreciate you, JB. But I was looking at that door. He's got that door with other stuff on it, like his participant numbers. And I was talking with somebody else, and man, what does that door need? Because it's a shop door. I'm sure the outside looks fine, but the inside, you can tell there's a shop in there because it's got a lot of battle scar, and I thought, I know just the thing. And so that's what we did. And so we took the 10-foot banners, the 10 by 2-foot banners like we have at the event, and we just scaled them down into one that'll fit in your studio or in your filming area, and it fits real nice in there. It's actually close to that size right there. And so they're in the store, in stock, ready to ship. Rabbit Transit J says, waiting on information on a 73 Imperial 2-door, low miles, perfect gentleman in his 90s is selling it. A perfect gentleman, or the car is perfect and it's a gentleman selling it? He's in his 90s, washed it weekly. I assume you're not getting this for a demo derby. I'm glad for that. Wow, a 73 Imperial 2-door. That sounds really cool. What a nice cruise around machine. I'm glad it survived. JB says, new recipe, give it a shot. Cool. I told my Aunt Nancy, she's not feeling well, so she probably isn't watching tonight, but I told her, I said, tell you what, I'll show you how to make my baked pasta dish that I like to make if you show me how to make a lemon pie. She makes a really good homemade lemon pie from scratch. I'm going to try to learn that. I'll see her Monday. Jay says he has a Buick Riviera in the same condition, I guess. Okay. Big Mike says, I've been hanging up new stuff in my shop as well. Yesterday, I hung up my new hand-signed Richard Petty metal signs. They'll be referred to in a future video. Right on. Calvin wants a Pro 6-cylinder class that's heads up. A class for all 3 people that would be in that. I'll tell you what, if we had enough people for it, that'd be interesting. What are you thinking of bringing to No Name Nationals, Calvin? What's it look like you're going to bring? I know it's always kind of in flux with you guys until closer to time. Thanks for coming by the way. Always good to see you here. Smoke Wrench Garage has got a bounce. He's fixing to fire up his Dart Sport and hope the new old 904 doesn't leak later on. 904 for the win. Yes, lemon meringue pie. Aunt Nancy makes that from scratch. I don't eat the meringue. I like the lemon pie, though. It's delicious. So I told her I'm going to show her how I make my baked pasta, and she'll show me how she does the lemon pie, and that's what we're going to do Monday. JB says, I'm in on that. I'm assuming that you're talking about like a trans brake type of class. Heads up. Yeah, that'll be wild. Well, you know, you can run in the 6-cylinder bracket. There's no reason you can't. You can't use trans brake or electronics. But other than that, you can run in it. It's a bracket. Calvin says, would love to bring the North Star 57. Ooh. Now, is that North Star 57? Is that the one that's got that blue, the one that looks like Rich 220s? Is that one? Duxter says, I make a mean lemon poppy seed cake with lemon frosting. Ooh, that sounds delicious. I wouldn't be upset if you happened to bring one of those to No Name Nationals. It is kind of a neat tasting menu. I remember the Abbotts haven't been to No Name Nationals in a while, but Jackie Abbott makes the most delicious cookies she brings. Huh. Mohawk said, I started a new channel yesterday. I'm going to be doing scale models and artsy stuff on it. I have a link to it on my About section. If one of our mods would please post that in here, I would appreciate it. I'd like to check out Mohawk's new channel. Is it the 57 that's that light blue that you spray painted in a video? Is it that one? Is that the one? I'm assuming it is, right? Because when you did that video, you didn't have an engine in it yet. I mean, the color is spot on. I predict you'll adjust the valves in less than 5 years, though. Allegedly, he sold that car, Rich did. I don't know if I believe it yet. Yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. So if you guys want to see the race car version of Rich's 57, that's what he's thinking of bringing. Yeah. Lars puts up a link to Mohawk's new channel. Go check it out. Yeah, Jackie's cookies are next level. Yes, they are. She orders her butter from like Ireland or somewhere. Yes, it looks like Rich's car. It's the Rich's car that runs. Yes. Dallas says, if I was smarter, I'd make a 300 cube Buick V6 and then could run every class with one car. Of course, smarter kind equals richer. By richer, I mean unlimited money. Well, you could anyway. Couldn't run Triple Crown with that, though, could you? I mean, can a V6 run Triple Crown? I'd like to see Dallas do something with a Buick V6. I like that he gives the Buick V8 some love because, I mean, really with Buicks, there's only 2 engines anybody ever does anything with, the 455 and the V6, but the turbo V6 specifically. But I wouldn't mind seeing Dallas do something with the V6. Michael Schmidt says, dropping in while on a long ride home to see what's shaking. Well, you see it. This is what's shaking. Thank you for coming by. Old McDonald says, I can eat a mean lemon meringue pie, coconut cream, or banana cream pie. Well, I think any of us can eat it. Have the Abbotts registered? No, they have not. Been a while now. Get a hold of them. Rattle their cage. We'd love to have them back. Andy Wood says, Dallas needs a gnarly Grand National. I agree. I'd love to see Dallas running a Grand National with the turbo V6. That'd be cool. We had one come out for No Name Nationals last year. Beautiful car. Blake's muscle car brought it out. We'd love to have him back. Nah, I knew Dallas wouldn't be. He's not into the turbo V6 thing. He says, I just need to finish the 63 Skylark. I agree. Well, it'll never be finished, but we'd like to see it in action at No Name Nationals. You know, it'd be super smoking cool would be to see that and the T-Bird there, but that would be a tough one to pull off. Be wild though. That T-Bird needs a 5-speed in the worst way. Like a Liberty 5-speed, be perfect for that car. Of course, the price on those things looks like a phone number, but sure would be neat as a gear jammer. Dallas says the 252 V6 with a 3.62 stroke crank will get me close to 300 cubes. I guess. I haven't done the math on that, but that is pretty cool. Heavens Mopar says that he is sub 23 for Mohawk's new channel. Right on. Love it. I'll sub as soon as I get off of here. Based on Mohawk's previous channel, and we already know him. Dougster says my friend's aunt was from Florida Keys, and her family ran a tourist trap. She would make key lime pie that was amazing. She would make a wonderful limeade from those little limes too. Neat. I like, homemade stuff like that. I think that's cool. And Andy's 25. 1,000 subs for Mohawk 62's channel, and now 25 for the new channel. It'd be funny if Mohawk got 500 on that channel before the No Name Nationals. Oh, yeah. We all know it. We know it's exactly what needs to be in that car, Dallas. It needs a Liberty. It needs a Liberty 5-speed with the vertical gate shifter, dual countershaft. Perfect. It's exactly what it needs. Dr. Go, we're having the dinner. Yes. So we have the community cookout there to No Name Nationals. Dallas started that idea the first year. We've made it a formal part of the event for this year and last year. We did it last year too. And it's great. Bring out the meat, side dishes and everything. And Saturday after awards, we eat. It's great. So we'll talk more about that as we get closer to time. Linco and the Bird, you could do that. I mean, that car's got that pro stock vibe, and it's a little bit after the switch over. They were running Lincos as late as about 88, 89 in a lot of those cars, but definitely by about 90, they were running vertical gate shifters and Liberty and just about everything because it's so much lighter. It's lighter. It's one stick. It really was good for them. I love the Linco though. The Linco is just really cool. That wild little top fuel car that our friend Two Hacks Jeff is on the crew for, they have a Bruno drive on their Linco, which is a torque converter set up for the Linco instead of a clutch. And they managed to break that torque converter part of it. They didn't break the Linco because I'm telling you, that's not many people can do that. But they broke the torque converter part of it and caused a big crash and fire on that car. Driver's okay. Car's looks worse than it is. It'll be back in action, but yeah, they managed to break the Bruno part of the Linco drive on that. Lars puts up the link for the Race Engine Challenge live recap. It'll be after this live tonight. So in 42 minutes, it starts 10 sharp. I'm assuming, they're going to kick off right after. So we're going to wrap up on time and hand off to them. I'm looking forward to going over there. That was a great challenge. It was a 2-day affair. 6 entries. I won't give any spoilers, but the original entry list was 2 Chevys, 2 Fords, 2 Mopars, and it had some drama, had a little bit of controversy, but had some great entries, some great stuff. Andy's going to have the winner live on his channel tonight after this live. Wendy says, everyone know what I'm making for that day. You guys are making me hungry talking about this dinner for after the No Name Nationals. I'm excited about it. Dallas says, I'd love to run a G5R from G-Force. Great transmission. Yeah. Yeah, that's what Bob Reed ran in his car. Was that. Great transmission. Evans Mopar Scott, as you can tell, we are not competitive. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with competition, but I was talking with Andy about this yesterday a little bit, just in general. Okay, the competition is great, but for me, it's always very important to me. It's just me talking, to try to observe that line where competition itself takes all the fun out of something. It can do it with anything. It can do it with anything. And I just don't want that to happen. It's like I shot pistol matches for years and years, and I enjoyed it. I could do that without any concern for the competitive aspect. And I actually did pretty well. I mean, I've, placed top 1, 2, 3 stock service pistol many a times. But I never, ever, I'm telling you what, I was never in any worse mood if I had a terrible day or a great day. It never mattered to me. I enjoyed it. I liked being there. I liked being there with all the other competitors, all the good stories, watching somebody, have a great day. It was just fun. It was fun stuff. And some people can't do that. Some people, if they're not shooting, right up there and placing like top 5 or top 10. There was one guy, and I won't mention who he was. He was a good shooter. He was good. But if he had a bad stage, he'd shoot 6 stages. If he shot 1 or 2 okay and shot the 3rd one bad or something, he'd just pack up and leave. It's like, I don't even want to shoot the other 3 now. So he would just throw the whole thing because he knew he wouldn't be able to get. I'm like, why do that, man? But he had this ultra serious thing about it. And we weren't playing for money or anything. This was all just fun. It was an Isaac Walton League that we shot in down there. Used IDPA rules. It was great. And then I'd shoot official IDPA stuff and classifiers and stuff in Roanoke. But, man, in fact, I shot 1 classifier in my life, 1 classifier. And this is where everybody really wants to try to get the highest classification they can. And I shot it with a T-shirt for concealment, which slows you down, my carry gun, no race guns, which none of those guys would ever consider doing, regular full power ammo, which none of them would consider doing, mags in my pocket. I didn't even run a mag carrier. I had mags in my pocket. In fact, when one of the safety officers, I walked up to shoot, he called my name. He didn't know what I was doing. He thought I was a spectator because I didn't have on the vest and the gear and the drop leg holster and all. I didn't have all that stuff. I literally had my everyday stuff. So I dressed literally just like I am now, except I had on eye protection and earmuffs. And and I classified well. But to me, it's just fun, man. It's fun. And anything where competition starts taking the fun out of it, that's what I don't want to do. Now, there are 2 things that I actually quit doing at the No Name Nationals because I could see they were kind of leaning that way. And there's nothing wrong with competition stuff, competitive stuff. I think it's great. I just don't want it to spoil the No Name Nationals and what and why we do it. I mean, what I like is that at the bracket every year, people are happy. They shake hands. Sometimes there's bad breaks, but it's not ruining it with competition. The burnout competition, sometimes there's bad breaks. Some people do great. Some people... But I'm telling you, is the burnout competition every year, people have come out of there, sometimes something breaks, but the person who breaks is just as happy as the person who wins. I want it to stay that way. So anyway, sorry about my little rant on competition. Looks like Ray tagged me on something. I'll check that out. Mr. Rodder wants to know if the race engine challenge allows for small big blocks like a 400 cube Buick. Well, man, if we can have small big blocks, now I want to run a 400 Mopar. that just changes everything now, doesn't it? Yeah, let me run a small big block. I want to run a 400 Mopar. Being competitive is fine, but if it consumes that's how I feel. That's how I feel. It's like, Tech had their bench press competition, and most of those guys, most of them were there. They had fun, put the weight up, but some of them will just get so upset. I'm like, I get it, but Heavens Mopar Scott says, I'm probably the least competitive person you'll ever meet. I lose with a smile on my face. Yeah, I mean, competition is great. I enjoy good competition, just not competition that wrecks people. Because I've seen it really take a toll on people. Mohawk says, I have to admit, in the last few months, I was feeling kind of down because of my health. But between you guys and my model car friends and the great results of my surgery, I'm back. So watch out. Look out. Mohawk is coming through. Dallas says, I don't care if I ever win a drag race. I want to make things memorable and meet my own personal goals and challenges. That's the right attitude right there. That's the right attitude. Dougster says he scored 2 dial-type old Snap-on torque wrenches yesterday. One in foot-pounds and one in inch-pounds. Paid $100 for the pair. Right on. The guy threw in an old Blue Point, what is that, a 9/16 taper wrench for free, probably late 30s, early 40s. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Mohawk is just here to make friends, laugh, and have fun. That's a great attitude. And you get so much more than you bargained for. Big Mike says, and that's why I mentioned the whole concept of the No Name Nationals. It's a friendly gathering with racing competition. Yeah, I will tell you, though, if you're serious and competitive, we've got that too. I think everything is going to be more competitive this year than last. I expect it. You're going to have to really be willing to, do a full-blown Chernobyl on some rear tires to win the burnout competition this year. And the bracket, my gosh, look how close the Friday bracket was last year. Jeez. It could not have been any closer. I don't know how. And Joe's going to look to go back-to-back in 3 overall. And there's going to be somebody looking to win their second. So it's going to be wild. And somebody's going to be looking to be a first-time winner in the bracket too. Mostly Mopar says, same with the guys that show out and make a scene at fundraising car shows when they don't get a $10 trophy. Yeah, that kind of stuff is so not my scene. To show how I like to do stuff like that, I took my van to Mopar's at Carlisle with the Englishes, and we put it on the show field with his Valiants. And I said, the van today, it identifies as a 62 Valiant. And I've taken my dad's Jeep to a few Jeep shows before. It's great. I just take it. I mean, I'm there to have fun. Indecisive Garage says, being one who runs in many competitive races, going to the No Name Nationals is one I look forward to the most because of the family atmosphere. Exactly. Lars reminds us that Mostly Mopar channel's at 446 subs. He is leading the No Name Nationals No Name 500. If you've not yet subscribed, go check him out. I can sense another 500 live party with him soon. So go check him out. Left Turn Dodge says, I just want to have the fastest stock car. There's a good chance, but it's not guaranteed. We've had a few turn up out there. And Russell just might bring one. He's brought a burnout truck a couple of years. He's brought a stock car a couple of years. Russell just might fill your order for competition with stock car. I would love to see a Mopar versus Chevy stock car shootout. In fact, Left Turn Dodge, you ought to call him out for that. I think that would be really cool. A Mopar versus Chevy stock car shootout to No Name Nationals. That would be really cool. Levi says Joe has to come out and avenge his 2025 loss to a certain disco era orange hot rod from the Hoosier State. We'll see. Dougster said he watched a guy absolutely lose his mind at a points car show. He had one thing wrong. He had black spark plug wires and they were supposed to be orange. He got second place, beat up his car, sad. Who would do that? That's crazy. That is straight crazy. It's plug wires. It needs a different color wire. Change them. Chris and Russell will be an awesome race. I totally agree. I would love to see that. Russell ran about 9 flat in his stock car, and man, was it wild. Thing is, see, he's used to running dirt tracks and stuff, so it didn't bother him at all being out of shape. I don't think Russell ever lifted the whole way down the track, and he was out of shape all over the place, all the way down it. It was a great race, a close race. But Chris and Russell would be it'd be a wonderful race. I should probably make mine run before I keep with the call outs. Well, if you make the call out ahead of time, it'll encourage you to get it finished. Am I right? Yeah, Russell at Outfits Garage. I don't know. Maybe I'll plant the bug in Russell to call you out. You never know. That'd be pretty good too. Russell's a great guy. I'll never forget Russell coming to the 3rd annual No Name Nationals, and he was one of the judges the 3rd year. And he did not have a burnout entry that year. That's why he's one of the judges. And he got on the mic and he said, "It's Russell from Outfits Garage." And he said, last year I finished 2nd in the burnout competition. This year I'm going to finish number 1. Drops the mic, walks off. And then the next year he did exactly that. He finished number 1 in a different burnout truck. Dallas says Russell let the valve springs in his S10 be the rev limiter last year. It was awesome. Never lifted. Yeah, oh yeah, Russell burnt the house down last year. Big Mike says, I mentioned you, Left Turn Dodge, in my recent video touring the Richard Petty Museum. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm excited to see Left Turn Dodge's car. He's described this thing to me, and it just seems kind of wild how it's done. I really want to see his car. Indecisive Garage, do we have to email Alex, or can we call him and place an order? I guess you can call him. I mean, you email him, you'll get his number. He'll send you his direct number. But, yeah, you should be able to call him to place an order. I've been provided email. I think it might make it easy. Let me look. I should have a number for Alex. I don't want to type it in the chat because I don't want, bots to grab it or anything. But let's see here. I mean, I just emailed him today. Okay, so if you want to call Alex, you know what I'll do? I'll make this much easier. I'll just send this to Tim right now. Done. Just like that. Yeah, Rabbit Transit J says, I don't think Russell really knows what lifting is, no matter what that's about the truth. Left Turn Dodge says, I'm really on the fence about what car to bring. Might bring the Petty car because I hate it and everyone loves it. I love it. I think it's great. Andrew Nelson says, good night, gang. Good night, Andrew. Hey, thank you for coming out. We appreciate you. Really looking forward to seeing you this year, too. Yeah, I treasure the friendships I've made with the folks in this community, and Andrew certainly is one of those. Andy says 153 days left. You need to register for the No Name Nationals. You won't regret it. And Andy, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the plan for you guys to bring Clark this year, which is a gnarly mod motor Fairmont wagon, wheel standing Fairmont wagon? Isn't it a nitrous car? I believe it is. There you go. Tim's placing his order on Monday. VRS for the win. Big Mike says, sounds like Left Turn Dodge needs to find somebody to buy the Petty car. Me. Mike, you need to look at this thing because what he's described to me, I want to see it. Andy says Clark will be heading to the No Name Nationals. I can't wait. The last time I saw Clark was a little while back. I was the one filming the very first pass Casper ever made on the mixed up Boss. And it was wild. Andy drove that thing an hour to the track. He literally rolled in the gate, checked the tire pressures, ran straight down, got in the lanes, ripped off a 682. And then, I don't know if you ever gotten it back to that quick again. It was an 82 or 83. Been fighting torque converter problems ever since. But that was great. And that race was against Clark. So if you watch that on Andy's channel, the Unity Motorsports Garage channel, you can see Andy Casper racing Clark in a test pass with the debut of the mixed up Boss. And that's Clark that he's racing there. And Clark is the car, by the way. Micah owns it, drives it, but Clark is the car. Andy says, we'll see how many people can fit in Clark going to Lambert's. Now, that would be a sight. That would be cool. Wow, that would be cool. How much fun is that? Isn't that a reason enough to want to trek out there? I just got a good feeling this year is going to be so much fun. It's named after Clark Griswold. It does bear a resemblance to the station wagon from National Lampoon's Vacation. Yes. Indecisive Garage says, count me in. We're going to pack all the 4 people in there. Oh, left turn Dodge as it was for sale on Marketplace. I took it down a couple of weeks ago. Oh, my. I like that petty car. I think it's cool. She's a beaut, Clark. Yes, indeed. And I'll put out yet another reminder because I know people come in and out of here in shifts. Tonight after this live here in 22 minutes, there's going to be a live with the winner of the Race Engine Challenge that was last weekend. You can see a great video on that on the Unity Motorsports Garage channel. It shows all the runs. It shows a little bit of drama and controversy in there as well. But you get to meet the participants and some fantastic engines and competitors turned out for that. Exciting stuff. I wish I could have made it. Maybe I'll make the next one. It's a lot of fun. But Andy will be live with the winner of that challenge tonight here at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, right after this live. I'm heading straight over there from here because there's some questions I want to ask about this winning engine. And spoiler alert, no matter how many comments you see to the contrary, it is not a raised port engine that won. Andy's got one guy in the comments that's on this jihad to convince everybody that this engine with heads that the manufacturer says are not raised port, that the owner and the guy who ran this engine says are not raised port. He insists that they are. He has his own set of facts. And so he just, okay, but they're not. So I think I'm going to go in and stir that pot just for the entertainment of it. Left turn Dodge is my wife is going to need a ride to Lambert's. There is all kinds of opportunity to hit your ride to Lambert's. All kinds of it. Because people want to take their cars. There's a whole lot of people riding solo to Lambert's. There's plenty of people to catch a ride with. Left turn Dodge says, I have 5 old Mopar race cars. I will either strip it to build a kit car or sell it. He has bumped his head. Yeah, that guy. I mean, he's disagreeing with the manufacturer of the head. Evans Mopar Scott says, sounds like fun, but I'm planning on driving the Sweet Victory Duster to Lambert's this year. Oh, man, let's make it happen. I can't wait to see that happen, Scott. Now, Andy says 11 is hard to beat, Colleen. What are we talking about? And my mom fit 11 in her 65 Barracuda. Well, I'm going to tell you, 11 is my favorite number. I don't think I want to be the 11th person crammed in a car, though. And I don't think anybody else does either. Yeah, when you're looking for one more person to get the 11th in a car, don't pick someone who's 230 pounds. Just saying. Dallas says, my Suburban has seating for 8 without the rear seat. I'll always have room. And Dallas is a good person to ride with, too, by the way. I've ridden some pretty good long tracks with Dallas. He is a good driver to ride with for a lot of reasons. You always know, these people that have these various reasons why you hate riding with them. Dallas doesn't have any of those habits. He's a good person to ride shotgun with. Rabbit Transit J says, looks like left turn Dodge will have to bring 2 cars. Hey, go for it. Colleen says, I think 11 would be a breeze for Clark. I just can't imagine, the heat and the smell and the ick of all that. Left Turn Dodge says, we had 14 in a VW Bug when I was in high school. That's remarkable. I don't even want to know. I mean, that just makes me think there were numerous unnatural things that happened incidentally to make that happen. Dougster says, when I was a teenager, we fit 8 kids into a 67 Catalina 4-door in bright yellow. The car name was the Banana Boat. Well, 8 in one of those that's a bunch, but it's not as obscene as what these other people are talking about. Gosh, if my friend Billy's listening, or Ben, the worst ever was my friend Ben and Justin and I all got we were driving at night and ran over the drive shaft out of a truck on the highway, and the wrecker came and picked us up, and he says, oh, and by the way, you can't ride in the car on the back of the wrecker. So 4 of us were piled into the cab of this wrecker. Not a wrecker, it was a rollback. 4 of us, and that was awful. And none of us are small people. Like none of us were under 220 pounds, right? Including the driver. That was awful. Big Mike says, you could have jammed a couple extra people in it, but my neighbor when I was a kid had a 9-passenger Plymouth Savoy wagon. Oh, my. Danny Boyd says 24 deep in an Astro van across the Rio Grande. Yeah, well, I can see that. Dougster said it still drove, too. Left Turn Dodge says, I'm not using the 2-car trailer, Jay. Thought you were. Left Turn Dodge says, only 8, Dougster. Everybody would have seat room. Yeah, you'd think. Jay said, certainly can. Well, as long as somebody does, that gets us more cars down here. It's more fun. As long as nothing breaks. Dallas says, when I was 17, I had a 64 LeSabre convertible. It was a pile of crap. People always wanted to ride in it sitting on the push-down top. We could usually do 12 without a problem. Oh, wow. Dizzy said, Dougster brother had a 70 340 Duster in yellow with a black 340 stripe. Called it the Flying Banana. That sounds pretty cool. Stovall Farms and Garages. I'm 27 on Mohawk's new channel. I do models. Also going to love it. Had a VW bus in high school. Got 27 in it. Had a cheerleader in my lap. Good times. Well, you drew the long straw on that deal because I'm sure most people didn't. 27 in a VW bus. Wow. So those things came in like 19 window and 27 window and 21 window. Not 27, 19 and 21 window. And you had more people than windows on that thing. That's pretty impressive. Lars puts up the link to the Dave Stovall channel, Stovall Farms and Garage. Here is the link. My favorite thing I've seen on that channel yet is a rowboat in a flooded basement. Indeed, that happened. So if nothing else, check that out. There's other good stuff on there too, though. But the rowboat on there, you got animals on there too. I mean, I always love that. Jay also has 2 pickups. Just saying, yeah, well, and a 2-car trailer on one of them. Mohawk said in high school we had 15 of us in a Fiat 124, pulled into Hardee's, watched people's faces, looked at us in awe. Yeah, I bet. I bet. Old McDonald said, make sure a lot of midget friends if you want to win the most people in the car challenge. I don't have a lot of midget friends, and I don't want to do that challenge anyway. I'm content to watch somebody else do it. Dallas knows somebody that had an El Camino yellow, the nuclear banana. It ran 11s in the quarter. That's impressive. I'm assuming that's in the quarter. Well, Rabbit Transit Jay's already working on a stunt driver for his other truck. Left Turn Dodge says, with 14 and a bug, I had 2 girls on my lap. Yep. Yeah, with my luck, we would, they would pile everybody in there, then want one more, and it would be like a 300-pound dude they would try to cram on top. I mean, that would really be awful. No Name Nationals, he's a Chinese fire drill contest. I'd be down with that. We could do that. Dougster's seen in one of the junkyards a Swiftline Dodge Dude with the yellow-black C-stripe. Oh, wow. So poor thing's in horrible condition. Yeah, those are cool trucks. I have never been a huge fan of that Swiftline body style. They tried to take a station wagon body style and adapt it to a pickup, and I never thought it looked right. I like the 10 grill much better. I'll tell you, straight up, truthfully, I like the Ram better than the 10 grill. The reason being, I actually like the wheel openings better on the 10 grill, I think. But I like the taillights of the Ram. I like that grill that's in the 10 grill. I never did like that weird upside down glove box on the 10 grill. So it's just different things. Big Mike says that will be a viral video. Yeah, maybe. I think it'd be a lot of fun. We could do that. We could do the Chinese fire drill. We could do it. Jay's wondering who's going to have the late night pit thrash this year. That's a good question. That's a good question. I bet you this year Junkyard D is going to come with everything assembled and running and everything. He came as close as you can get. Boy, that was a good one, though. That was a wild one. I'm sure we'll have another one. Mohawk says, we got done that night at Hardee's. A guy pulled in behind us a black 71 455 two-door Impala with blacked out windows. A 455 Impala? He got out wearing a black racing fire suit and black full-face helmet. Okay. Junkyard D, not me. Exactly. Big Mike says, we'll see how many people we can fit in the 76 Hornet. Andy's going to run. He's got to get ready for his live. Anyway, yes, we're going to hand off to Andy here in 10 minutes. But don't worry. You can stick around to the end here. I'm going to shut down right on time. We can go right over to Andy's. Dougster says 70 Dodge Swiftline's a beautiful truck. 64 Swiftline is too, especially if it's a custom sports special. My favorite, he said those came with a max wedge buckets and a console. My favorite grill of the Dodge truck is the 65. I love it. The 65 just looked great with those giant rings on the headlights. I thought it looked great. My next favorite will be an 1980 grill. Andy says, nothing beats John's COVID mask. Which one? You talking about my gas mask, my Israeli gas mask? Left Turn Dodge says, well, I might blow her up in the burnout. You're welcome to go for it. Do remember, when you register for the No Name Nationals, you can do everything. You can race in the bracket. You can race, heads up call-outs. You can run the burnout competition, monkey bikes. You can add that on. Just add it on. There's no separate entry fee for any of that. We did have a buy-in on the heads up for a 28-10-5 because it had a bigger purse, but we're not running that. We're running Triple Crown now. So your entry fee lets you run everything. It's a huge value with the No Name Nationals. Heavens Mopar Scott says, I'm all in on the Chinese fire drill contest. Let me tell you, Scott will be a good one to have on your team for that because, you can put a lot more Scotts in a car than you could somebody like me or Big Mike or Andy. Okay, JB says dinner's done, and we'll show you the finished product. Here we go. Man, that looks great. If that doesn't make you hungry, nothing would. That looks great, JB. Ooh. Boy, who knew JB could do this? Look at that. He's got it going on. Making me jealous with that. That looks great. I was hoping I would get to go over to Sandro's for Philly cheesesteak today, but kind of had to postpone that. So, where are we doing the Chinese fire drill? I got a couple ideas on that, but I'll talk to the people that want to spearhead that about what they want to do, because I got some ideas on that. Dougster says, Big Mike, if you need graffiti, I'm your guy. Doesn't it? That looks really delicious. Looks like he's got that steak sliced nice and thin, the right kind of cheese. Looks like good stuff to me. Oh, McDonald said if he didn't just eat 3 hamburgers, he would be hungry. That wouldn't even dissuade me from eating there, even if I eaten 3 hamburgers. Yeah, I bought up a bunch of Alfredo sauce that was on sale, deep discount at Kroger, so I stocked up because that's something that'll keep it. It's something to eat. So I've been doing a lot of macaroni and cheese just because of that. I do a lot of pasta. Well, I don't have too much diversity of diet, but Mike said I just had plain old steak again. I was listening to an interview with Jay Cutler, who was 2006, 7, 8, and 9 2006, 7, 9, and 2010 Mr. Olympia. And, of course, he ate a lot of steak, especially going up to contest prep. And he's like, man, people don't realize, when we get our cheat meal, the last thing we want to do is go to a steakhouse because we're eating steak all the time for, putting on muscle mass. Dizzy said, I've had 4 spare ribs and a piece of bread today. I got some croissants at Kroger. They had a box of them, normally $5, 4 of them for $2. I said, yeah, why not? They were good. I might grab the others. That's one of those things. When I find discounts like really good deals like that at the bakery, I'll freeze a surplus. I got a big old freezer, and it's just me, so I can freeze a lot of bread and stuff. It's pretty cool. Evans Mopar said I ate some leftover spaghetti, but I'll take a rain check, JB. Stovall said, so far tonight, I gained 1 sub and lost 1 sub. I'm going to do a painting video tomorrow. Don't worry about losing them. They'll come back. Just keep it moving. Keep putting out videos, man. That's a big one. Put out video. You got 152 days, 2 hours, and 6 minutes until the 5th annual AHRA No Name Nationals. Dallas says, I sure love my chicken tetrazzini. Yes, we all have our go-to dish. What's all of you guys' go-to dish when you want to make that comfort food, that one go-to dish that you make? What is it? For mine, it's my sausage, my rigatoni with sausage. That's my go-to, and pepper. That's my favorite. Colleen is exhausted. I'll watch your voice tomorrow. Yeah. It's going to be a good one, though, with Andy. Lars said lasagna. Lars makes a good lasagna. I've actually seen him send me pictures of that. I don't really make a proper lasagna. I've occasionally will just throw together one, just spur of the moment with green pepper and pepperoni for the meat, and all that. I do that occasionally. It's good. Works good. Left Turn Dodge suggests Stovall Farms and Garages keep making content. They will come. This is true. They will. Mike loves carnivore pizza. I like a big old wheat, gluten, lots of bread, deep dish pizza. Rabbit Transit J says pork chops or ham, mashed potatoes with cream corn. Ooh, that does sound good. Indecisive Garage says smoked lasagna and sweet tea. Wendy's saying barbecue ribs. I'm going to get you guys just going with food right before Andy's live. Dexter says croissants use pounds and pounds of butter folded into the dough. This is why they're so light and flaky. Those suckers are 300 calories a piece, I noticed. Compared to a regular slice of bread, about 70 calories. Yeah, I can see why. Laura says, I could eat mashed potatoes every day. You aren't kidding. I could drink mashed potatoes with a straw. Well, not good mashed potatoes. Good mashed potatoes wouldn't go through a straw. My mom made really good mashed potatoes from scratch. She did them right. My chore was to peel them all and chop them, and then she did the rest. But I haven't had good homemade mashed potatoes since. Dizzy says catfish or crappie with home fries and hush puppies and iced tea. Yeah, you've told us about that meal before. Now, Left Turn Dodge is kind of a fan of the porterhouse, but do you make it? I'm talking about your food that you make. So Dallas says, I just learned of smoked meatloaf. I want to try it. I am so not a meatloaf person. I'm just, for whatever reason, it kind of weirds me out. Big Mike says carnivore pizza, even the crust is meat. I love meat. He does. He's a meatitarian. Mike and I had lunch a week or two ago. He is definitely a meatitarian. Annie Boyd states the obvious. Mashed potatoes are awesome. Yes, they are. I'm all about it. My mom's homemade ones are really good. She did them just right. JB says barbecue ribs. Yeah. Dallas says real mashed potatoes are awesome. A little bit of garlic and some butter. Yeah. I agree. I don't like them too smooth. Some people get them too smooth. I like them to still have some body. A little lumpy is good. I like them that way. Not overdone. JB says Lars is nothing on Rich. Yeah, that lasagna he made. Left Turn Dodge says I wouldn't want anyone else making my steak. Good deal, man. How do you like your steak? I'm one of these people that catches all kinds of hate for saying I like a well-done steak. I just do. I just like it that way. That's how I like it. Gosh, I got a friend that gets her steak. She gets it as rare as you can possibly imagine. I remember one day, the day before lobby day, some of us didn't get there in time to make the dinner. So we went to this steakhouse that was real close to the host hotel. And she got this, it was the rawest steak. The thing was white. It just looked awful. It just looked raw with lines drawn on it. And she cut into that thing. I'm like, how are you even cutting at it? It was so squishy, just squish. It was just awful. That's how she just likes a steak raw. I'm like, man. And that is how I'm convinced people lose those steak eating challenges, those 100-ounce steaks, a basket of rolls, you know that thing you can win it, if you finish it, it's free. But that's how they win it, is the thing is so undercooked. It's got to be just horrible to eat all that. Anyway, we're coming up on our time. So we're going to have to get shut down because Andy is live here just seconds away. So thank you all for coming out tonight. Don't forget to watch Tech Talk Live on Wednesdays with Dallas and Professor P on the Slant Daily Garage channel. I will be back here on Friday, but right now it is time to go over to Unity Motorsports Garage to this live, and I will see you guys over there. You guys have a great night, great weekend, and see you on Andy's Live right now.